Hi everyone, welcome back for another episode of News NUG. I am your host, Coralfish, and today I am smoking some Inferno OG. I have that nug to show you in the bowl, also packed up and ready. Beautiful little nug. I am here with a lot of good news, some bad news, but a lot of good news. This is the post-election day special episode of News NUG. It is November 7th, 2012. And before we get into what passed, what failed, what happened in the United States of America yesterday, this very historical night that happened last night, let's definitely take a bong hit first. Cheers, everyone. When I say history was made, I am referring specifically to Colorado and Washington State becoming the first states in the United States of America since Prohibition to pass legislation giving adults the ages of 21 years or older freedom to possess cannabis. There are some restrictions of who can grow it, how it can be sold, but essentially we have passed some form of legalization in 2 of our 50 United States. So that's incredible. Congratulations, you guys. I hope you at home really felt how powerful that was when these passed. The bad news was there was actually 3 states that had legalization available, and Oregon did not reach the required more than 50% to pass. So Oregon Measure 80 did fail, and that's unfortunate. It would have been awesome to have 3 out of 3 pass for legalization, but it's great news for the states that did pass. Well, a lot of eyes have been on Colorado and Washington giving their citizens the freedom to possess cannabis if you are 21 years of age or older. Other states did have medical marijuana initiatives or some restrictive ballot measures also available during this election season, so I want to let you know the results of that. Arkansas had issue 5, and unfortunately that did fail. But the really promising turnout that did vote for issue 5 was pretty promising. So Arkansas, you guys did have a pretty high turnout, not high enough to actually get it passed, and it's pretty unfortunate, but it's a great start. So keep it up, Arkansas. You guys can definitely, hopefully have medical marijuana or legalization very, very soon. That's what we're all working towards, I believe, and I certainly am. Massachusetts, question 3 passed. Massachusetts became the 18th state to have medical marijuana. I cried a little bit when I heard this. Way to go, Massachusetts. Another applause for you. I'm super, super excited. Let's do a bong hit for you guys. The legalization for Colorado and Washington was huge, and it would not have happened without medical marijuana first in those states. So absolutely believe that. Congratulations, Massachusetts. Cheers. Here's to you guys. On to some unfortunate news. In Montana, there was Referendum 124, which did provide very strict regulations and restrictions about their medical marijuana that has already been in place. So in one article I read, it said it all but repealed the medical marijuana system they had in Montana, and that's absolutely a bummer to hear about, and something that I definitely wish more people had turned out to say, no, we don't need these kind of ridiculous restrictions. We're happy with the medical marijuana we have, and in fact we want more access, not less. So hopefully Montana, you guys can shape something up and have it next year. As I think a lot of you may know, California didn't have any, to my knowledge, marijuana ballot initiatives or anything that I could vote on this election. The Jack Herrera, wish I could remember the full name of it, CCHHI, I think is what it is, California Cannabis Health and Hemp Initiative, bam, that's what it is. That did not actually get onto our final ballot this year, so there's always next time, and we're definitely looking forward to it. But on to, those were the medical marijuana states. We had 1 pass, 1 fail, and 1 kind of heavily restrict what they already had. Anyway, on to the decriminalized places. There are a few cities that had different local measures up that would decriminalize the use of cannabis, and that is something that is close to my heart because my hometown decriminalized use a long time ago, and growing up in a town that the police acknowledged that cannabis was not a priority, growing up in that town was just really, it helped me understand what is a priority for law enforcement and why it's important that they're not just arresting every single pot smoker, and instead they are going after criminals in like really violent offenses. So I'm really supportive of these decriminalized measures. Let's see, it looks like all of them have passed that I have on my list here, and I did find this list from Darby Beck of the organization LEAP, Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. It's a fantastic organization. If you guys know anyone in your family, anyone that you know at all that is in law enforcement, is considering the damaging effects of prohibition, let them get involved with that organization, let them know about it, it's fantastic. Darby Beck made this list of what to pay attention to on election night regarding cannabis, and I found the list on tokeofthetown.com. I looked over this list for the local decriminalization measures, and I'll just read them out to you. They all passed, so a bunch more cities have decriminalization on their books now. It's very exciting. Welcome to the club. California has decriminalization measures in place. It's a good step, but it's not legalization. But we have Detroit passed Proposal M, way to go Detroit, Michigan. Flint, Michigan, City Code Amending Measure passed, decriminalizing, making not a priority. I don't even know how to say this town. I don't. I'm going to put it right here. And my guess, I want you guys to all guess with me if you've never said this town before, is Ypsilanti? What? No, that's wrong. That's wrong. I don't know what it is. Anyway, they had a lowest priority measure and that passed, so congratulations you guys. Also in Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Kalamazoo, Michigan. You guys just blew it up in Michigan, by the way. Way to go. Fantastic efforts over there. Proposal 2 in Grand Rapids, Michigan passed. Proposal number 7 in Kalamazoo, that's a fantastic name. Kalamazoo also passed, more decriminalization on the books. And in Burlington, Vermont, Burlington passed decriminalization. So welcome to the club. This is awesome. I am very, very excited for all of this positive effort. I want to take one more bong hit, touch back on a number that I mentioned earlier in this video, and then let you all go. So we have 18 medical marijuana states. 18. Even more states with decriminalization measures in place. We are reaching critical mass. We are going to get to the point where they cannot ignore us, and the federal government will have to address the fact that their laws are completely ridiculous, having cannabis as a Schedule I narcotic. Does not make sense. 18 states now have majority of their voters acknowledging that this federal law makes no sense and it has to change. I am so thrilled about the election results. It was a great night for cannabis completely. Barack Obama has, as a lot of us know, been an incredibly threatening president on cannabis and medical and safe access. Under his reign and his presidency, we have seen more medical marijuana arrests than President Bush, and that's not good. But hopefully in his second term things will change. I have no idea about what he's going to do to us at all, but it's clear that the people are sending a message. It's clear that we are ready for safe access to cannabis. We're ready for medical marijuana. We're ready for legalization. 2 out of 50 states. 1/25 of our country says give it to us already. Free the weed, and as always, stay high, you guys.